Guys, back in business. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? So, checked all of the trap lines. Not quite done, I guess. Still need to check the canine traps. There's a big old stinker right there. It's pretty cool. Big old beaver from our home. It doesn't really get much better than that. Look at that. The fur is way more soft than I can even explain. It's crazy. Beautiful, beautiful animal. Wow, huh? I agree. Let's see if I can get you guys a good shot. Let's see. Wind took you out. The wind took you out. Pretty, huh? Pretty guy, huh? Is that better? It's windy. Sorry about that. We have some pretty rough winds right now. So there's your beaver. There's your beaver for the day. The fur is about as beautiful as it gets. So here we are in our home. Pretty dang cool. So we'll head up, we'll check some more traps. We'll see what's in those. Maybe we'll have a coyote. Maybe we'll have a couple coyotes and a fox. Or a bobcat. So yeah, it's pretty dang cool. It's pretty dang cool to have a beaver in the back. Need to clean these glasses I got splashed on. So we'll run up here. We'll check these traps quick and see if there's any coyote, fox, bobcat, maybe something else in them, who knows. case you guys haven't seen. First common goldeneye. A Drake goldeneye. I got this guy yesterday. Last evening. So. What's up, Geen? I'm from the wild of the West. I live up in the Rocky Mountains. So I don't know if you guys saw the beaver in the back. We have one beaver. And we're hoping for some more stuff. We're hoping for some coyote, bobcat, fox. And after I'm done, I'm gonna change really fast because I'm soaking wet. I'm gonna head out here and see if I can call a coyote or a fox or a bobcat in or something like that. Kind of just relaxing, recuperating, ran through all of the traps, reset a few of them. One beaver so far, that's it. So yeah, let's see if I can get you guys set up back here so you can look at the beaver really fast. We'll go up here, we'll check to see if there are coyote or fox in our traps. 1, 2. This is the last spot. Afterwards, I could probably go set some. I'm thinking about that, but I also would like to go call. See if I could call in a coyote or a fox or a bobcat. A wolf would be cool. Who knows? Let's see. What a beautiful, beautiful day. So I hope everybody's doing good. So once again, I'll let you check out this gorgeous beaver since there's so many people in the chat right now. Look at this guy. Look at it. Gorgeous. Thank you for that. Look at the view. I'm out on the ranch, on a ranch right now, so I'm just kind of out in some agriculture stuff. There's some water over here. The animal, this beaver is unreal. Unreal beautiful. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous it is. So we have quite a few traps set up, a few of these conibears. And in a spot that my buddy placed a trap 2 nights ago, we came back yesterday morning, he had a beaver. I came back this morning, he had a beaver. So, Master Trapper Garrett's taking it to him. Look at that. The fur doesn't get much better than this. Sorry that I'm getting in the way of the sun. The fur is incredible. Watch, I'll try to show you guys again. I'll show you guys a good view really fast, hopefully. If I can keep it stable in the wind. Come on. Sorry about that. So yeah, check out his teeth. Thanks, Dazed. And thanks, Gene. It's so beautiful here. When I see your name, Ghin, it reminds me of Geen from One Piece. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at him. Look at his ears. I can't explain to you how soft it is. Thanks, Geen. Thanks, man. Well, man or woman, I guess I don't know. It's awesome that you're from Italy. I've always wanted to spend time out there. That's so cool. Your English is perfectly fine. Sounds great. It reads perfectly fine, I mean. If you like it, definitely follow and like it. It's something that we do on the daily. It's our favorite thing in this life for the most part. Look at how beautiful the face is of this beaver. Look at those whiskers. So yeah, I'll try to show you a good little viewing real quick before the wind picks up. What a gorgeous, gorgeous animal. Super lucky. Kilograms, it's this beaver would be roughly 25 to 30 pounds ish. What is that, you know, roughly 10 or 12 kilos ish, something like that. What's up, Delphina? What's up, Pen? Thanks, Pen. I see that whitetail laying down in your picture. I like that. Beautiful buck. I know I have as much or more love and respect for this animal than anybody that I know other than the person whose trap it's in. Yeah, absolutely incredible. So yeah, Pens, found this one in one of the traps today. Been out looking for muskrat, beaver. Now I'm about to check some foothold traps for coyote, fox, bobcat. I don't know if you heard that, Geen. I think it's roughly 9 to 10, 11, 12 kilograms, something like that. Yes, Delphina, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll show it off to you guys a little bit more. The fur is incredible. The fur on this beaver is incredible. It's the largest rodent in North America. Yep, it's part of it, Delphina. We'll eat it. We'll use its fur. Is hunting goipy? I don't understand what that means. Geen. Thanks, Harry. I muted him, SWAT. I don't even care. I do not care. The love and respect we have for these animals is beyond explaining to anybody else. So, no explaining it, but we'll obviously preserve all of its fur. We'll eat the vast majority of it. The rest of it will be used as bait, dog food, and feeding the magpies. Thanks, Geen. Thanks, SWAT. It's in a deep sleep presently. Thanks, SWAT. Thank you so much. We're using these traps. They're called conibear traps. They're pretty big. When it's set, this cage basically clamps down. And it clamped down basically right behind their head, right at the base of their neck. Catches them basically right there. Sometimes it's an instantaneous happening. Sometimes it's kind of a very, very subtle momentary thing from suffocation. But yeah. Yes, we do. And we're going to start doing that way more, SWAT. Absolutely. This beaver will be processed today on live. It'll get processed on film. We'll do it on here. And then it will be eaten. Oh, there's a little beaver beetle. It's so cool. I can't explain to you guys how soft this fur is. It's incredible. Some of the best. So that's the man. Oh, what's up? Do it all, bros. Thanks, bro. Beaver's one of our favorite things to trap in this life for sure. Do you think you could go to the live real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, just go on there. So, yeah. This beaver, no. But they do carry a water beetle, like a lot of aquatic or most animals that are on our countryside. They do carry different varying parasites and different varying types of bugs that are on them. He has what's called a beaver beetle on him. So, Sofika, we're gonna eat it and preserve its fur and make clothing out of its fur. Thanks, Do It All, bro. We love it so much. We've been trapping beaver, muskrat, etc. Absolutely not, Rouge. Nope. And not from any of the animals. We process coyotes, fox, raccoon, beaver, muskrat, elk, deer, black bear, all of them. And no, we do not get sick. Catch and cook would be awesome, Geen. Thanks for that. Thanks, SWAT. We'll definitely do that way more. So yeah, we're just out here. That's the beaver of the day, so far anyways. Like I said, I like for everybody to see it because it's incredible. Sorry for the ugly mug. My ugly mug. This guy's gorgeous. So I'll show you as much as I can really quick. Their back feet is incredible. Look. Their back feet. This hand. Oh, it's enormous. It's like almost as big as mine, it seems like. It's as big as their fingers are longer than a child's. And so then look at this side. It's really interesting. Trying to show you as much as I can. I'd love to eat camel meat, Rouge. I guess it's a great one. Great hide, Garrett. Gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous right now. I've always wanted to eat camel meat as well, Rouge. From what I understand, it's a fantastic meat. And obviously Middle Eastern people, or where they're native to, they eat them a lot. So there's that. I'll show you guys the cloaca. That's the one and only hole on the backside of the beaver. All beaver, they only have one hole. Their reproductive organs, the way that they excrete, all of the stuff comes out one hole. It's pretty unique. So again, the fur on this one is gorgeous. Look at his crazy face, teeth, huge. It's the largest rodent in North America. Platypus, not beaver. Nice one, Rouge, platypus. Where are you from? I'm just overwhelmed with how gorgeous this beaver is. Every time they're just so beautiful, and their fur is so soft. Crazy. People shave the outer fur down to get to the underlayers, and that blows my mind because the outer layer is so soft to me. Gorgeous head, funny, beautiful, goofy little looking ears. Yes, Hellboy, that's what we plan on doing. We'll make all of the clothing articles. We'll also make blankets, varying things like that. Thanks, Rouge, it's awesome. It's awesome. Nothing in life like it. Their tail is really unique. I love their tail. We'll try to do our best to keep their tails as well. We'll probably try to tan them and make things out of the leather. With these, we can make wallets is one of the ideas that my buddy has. He's in the comments. His name's Peace in the Pursuit. You guys should follow him. Oh, it's so crazy. I love their tails. Well, then you don't get to see or comment somebody. That's not my fault. Oh, that's cool, Calvin. Trophy, we make a lot of things. We'll be making, hats, gloves. I want to make some like muckluck gaiters, slippers. We'll make jackets, hats, blankets, throw blankets, potentially make all sorts of stuff with the tail. Probably some We'll tan the leather of this. We'll make leather out of this tail and make anything from wallets, purses, you know, bands, can make, you know, bracelets, etc. Oh, that's really interesting, Garrett. So Peace in the Pursuit said that the beaver we brought home yesterday from the same exact spot in the same trap, he said it. Peace in the Pursuit set that trap, caught a beaver in it yesterday, and then he caught another one in it today. For as many ducks as he retrieves for me, I can definitely retrieve a beaver or two of his. I guess the beaver we got yesterday was a female, so we don't know for a fact if this is a female or a male. I guess I could fill around and see if I can fill a cloaca, or sorry, fill a baculum, which I don't at the moment, but that doesn't mean that it's not in there. Interesting. I'll have to pay more attention to that because we can potentially fill them before even processing it. Rouge, we have this conversation about the taste of beaver often. You know, all of the varying game, wild animal, even domestic animal, you know, it all has its own taste. Chicken tastes like chicken, pork, beef. Well, we say pretty much the same thing about elk, deer, the varying birds, all of these animals, you know. Elk tastes like elk, black bear tastes like black bear, beaver tastes like beaver. The black bear and the beaver that I have eaten has been some of the finest and most pleasant meat I have ever eaten. The only thing that I can relate this beaver to is something, Garrett said it pretty good last night, something like a roast of a beef. I take the meat, the way that I've eaten beaver is I take its hinds and I sear it and I slow cook it with vegetables in a broth. It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, it's one of my favorite foods now. Now, again, beaver tastes like beaver because it has its own oils and its own glands like every other animal has. So they get that on themselves and, you know, they can have that in their blood in a sense. It's just flushed throughout them. If you take care of it and cook it in good ways, the beaver tastes incredible. It tastes incredible. I can't say that enough. Oh man, it'd be nice to have some bison buffalo fur. What's up, Trophy? So yeah, we have this beaver. We do need to go check the rest of the traps. What's up, Almira? I ran through all of the rest of the beaver traps, all of our muskrat traps, nothing on them. So now we have some foothold traps to check. Always waving at locals. I'm out on a ranch where Dad lives here, grandparents live a mile over here, half a mile over here, aunt and uncle live a mile up the road, son lives a couple miles over there, surrounded by one of my classmates' ranches is where I'm presently standing right now. This guy came on public ground really close to our home. Oh man, Rouge, and I know how I look. I have a fortunate blessing of being born into this stuff. Nonetheless, I mean, the game, I do like how certain people say it. Steven Ranella will say that, you know, people that don't like wild game or are squeamish about it just haven't eaten it enough, haven't been exposed to it enough, haven't maybe had it prepared to them in a good way. And I agree. I can't get over how fantastic this beaver feels. It feels so good. And I agree, Rouge, it's one of the most natural and normal things for a human to hunt, fish, forage. But eating meat, especially wild game or something like this, which is such a sustainable, you know, there's so many of them. There's so many of them. A person could live off of beaver. They could catch enough beaver that, you know, theoretically, they could potentially live off of beaver solely. Man, Calvin, I can't disagree with that. I cannot disagree with that. We're fortunate to be able to do it fairly close to our home, but nonetheless, agreed. And the fur on the market selling the pelts whole, you know, we know what the pricing is, so we try to make as much value and honor these animals as best as we can by preserving their fur and making things out of it, eating the meat, using them for everything that we can. Has a cool white hair right there. Thanks, Jesse. We were just talking about that last night. We've been preserving all of the tails. No matter what, we're gonna keep all the skins. We were just talking last night about the fats on the tail. Thanks, Jess. Kick, oh man, exactly. I love beaver. I could eat beaver roast every day. And the feel of the beaver, I could just do this all day. The feel of it, it's crazy how soft this beaver is. Oh man, Chris, it's way better tasting than you would think. Again, I've said it. A person that is completely ignorant to it all, you could give them this in the ways that we prepare it, and I believe that you can tell a person that it's beef and they would just accept it because it tastes that good. Again, once again, look at their foot. Their back foot is so crazy. What's up, Cyrus? I love that comment. I mean, we know how on a commercial level how the animals are raised and slaughtered, so it's completely different than this. This one potentially expired almost instantaneously. And in a lot of the traps that we use, or when we're using, you know, our other instruments, we try to do it in such of a fashion, if we can, depending on the animal. Big game, when we're using archery equipment, etc., is slightly different. But when we're harvesting these things, we try to do it as quick as possible, instantaneous as possible. And that's why some of these traps are fantastic, because they get the job done instantaneously with nothing going on other than, you know, a very quick happening while it's out doing its thing. What's up, Mins? Thanks, Geen. I hope that you have a good night. We'll be here. I'll be here. I need to run and check the rest of the traps. I hope to see you on the rest of them. Thank you so much for commenting and hanging out. And I hope you get a good rest. But yeah, it's super cool. I'm so glad that you got to see the beaver. One of my favorite animals in this life now. Absolutely, Rouge. My family is all about hunting Africa and spending time in Africa. Now, I understand the varying perceptions and ways people can go about hunting in high fence, etc. But, you know, I understand that there's also a lot of sporting that's done in Africa and in other places where a person will go. They'll pay a lot of money to go do it. They'll harvest the animal. They don't get to keep any of the animal. The food goes to the locals. And some of the times it's a problem animal, a pest animal, etc. I'm all about it. I understand, and you know, hunting, fishing, etc. All of everything can be misrepresented or poorly represented in different ways, but you know, you just have to think for yourself and be able to see through it. Don't know how else to say it. So we try to do it in as an ethical and loving of a way as possible. It's hard for some people to understand that, but like I said, my love and respect and admiration for these animals, this beaver, is beyond what I can explain. Circle of life. Oh, that's awesome, Chris. You know, myself and my buddies and family, we'd love to have you. We'd love to take you out in our country. In our countryside, I mean, you know, we live in the same country. Oh, that's crazy that it's $100 per coyote. We wish it was that way here, and we have a lot. Yes, Cyrus. So actually, these conibear traps are what they are called. These things right here are springs, and they're presently set. This thing, I close these jaws, basically close these things, clamp them together, set the trigger, and then this thing will be setting like this. Some way like this. And his head, you set it up in a fashion to where we're trying to set it up right in front of their homes, in specific places that they're traveling to and from food, things like that. Sometimes we try to attract them with their own scent, but they'll swim into that thing, and when their head touches those triggers, it happens fast. And the strength of those springs, if I get myself caught in it with my arm, it's very, very hard for me to get myself out of it, if almost impossible without instruments or help from another person. Now, you can do it, but it gets you. Now, like I said, yes, at times, a lot of these animals that we are trapping, a lot of them with these type of traps will die almost instantaneously. That's awesome, Joey. That's awesome, Joey. Good for you. Heck yeah, Joey. Heck yeah, Joey. The guy in here, Peace in the Pursuit, is the guy who has been showing me the trapping ropes this year. So he is a lot more versed in the brands, but we've been using a lot of Duke traps. I just don't know if these Conibears are Duke traps specifically. Exactly, that's exactly. I felt embarrassed. It's funny you say that, Joey. That one's trigger as well as another one need fixed completely. Ha! I love it. One sec. Oh, okay, there it is. So Peace would know how. You guys should give me one moment. We'll go check these other traps. Try to talk to them, Garrett. I'm gonna turn off the camera and I'm gonna turn off the sound, because I'm not sure if traveling in a vehicle is against community standards. So I'm just gonna turn it off really. Well, I'm not sure if you guys can still hear me. If you can still hear me, then I guess it's solid. Peace is on it, Joey. Yep, that trap's trigger, I finished breaking off. I'm yelling. There's no wind inside here. It is awesome, Cyrus. A lot of those traps just take care of them instantaneously. And if they're a smaller animal, it's usually even faster. I've never got myself with a 330, but I've gotten myself with a 110. Hey, Joey. It's cool that you recognize that buck. I'm super proud of him. I found and harvested that buck all alone. Yes, we are out in the Midwest. Or sorry, I didn't mean to say that. We are out in the West. Watch, you guys. Here I'm at these other spots already, so we'll see. So, we're walking up to the traps real quick. Is there anything in this trap? No. Is there anything in this trap? Gotta be careful not to set it off. Doesn't look like it. But it does look like the stuff was dug out in a way, to be quite honest with you, and there's like that going on right there. You know what unit you're applying for, Joey? You don't have to say it here, but I know him like the back of my hand, buddy. That's so awesome, Joey. I hope that when you do, you reach out to me. Hunting pronghorn is probably up there as far as my favorite thing in this life. Well, Chris, you could email me. No matter what, we can communicate on here for now, but you can absolutely email me. I'll try to get that. Man, I wonder if that thing got, unless that was just myself digging that out. So I also have one here, right in this little cross section, hoping for a bobcat. There's one right in there, and I've got stuff around it. That's hunting though. That's trapping. That's hunting. Could come up on nothing and come up on something. So there's always just hope and wish. Kind of just moving this noose really quick. Not that bad. That's cool, Joey. One of my buddies is named Remington, and he's from Alberta. He's really into pronghorn, coming down from Canada to come hunt pronghorn. I live down in that area, and obviously those units are about as good as it gets. If you know, you know. I won't say too much on here, but it seems like you have a good idea. That buck is 6, 7, or 8. So we got prongs, narrows. This buck with Braxton. What am I flubbing? The buck with Colton. Buck with the first crossbow. First archery buck. So that's 7 right there. I've killed a few more, but 7 have been Boone and Crockett pronghorn. 3 or 4 of them I've found and killed all alone. I shouldn't even say that word, sorry. 3 or 4 of those Boone and Crockett pronghorn I've found and harvested all on my own. Almost all of them except for the very, very first one when I was 12 years old. 87 and 2/8, Joey, the very first one when I was 12. So, you know, Dad basically walked me to that guy. That was with a rifle. The rest have all been with a bow. Man, yeah, and there is very little public land in the eastern part of Wyoming, but I would love to come to Canada. So would Peace. We've always wanted to come up there to do more fishing, to come up there to do some moose hunting, bear hunting. Man, it would be cool to spend time going up to Canada just to come for a trapping trip. Calvin, yeah, minuscule. Calvin, that's why we're trying to do things like tan it and then make more clothing and things like that out of the fur for ourselves and others. But if we can make clothing and other things, it will raise the value. Chris, definitely follow us, and I'll try to. I don't know if my email is in our bio or not, but for there for sure. And then you'll just have to let me know, so that way I can message you back for sure, because it's email, so I don't check it on the constant. So yeah, nothing in these traps, unfortunately. Part of it. Well, it was right to turn the camera off when I was traveling, because I've gone to travel with the camera on and then it like ends the stream. So I just presume that being traveling while you're streaming as the streamer, that's against the community standards. I would assume for obvious reasons. So I'm soaked to the bone. What I'm going to do is get cleaned up, dried off, changed real quick, and then we'll run out here and see if we can call in a coyote or a fox or a bobcat. Man, does that skunk stink. Let's pull up here really quick. Watch this. Oh, Joey, we're all about fishing. Walleye's one of my favorite fish to eat. Man. Sorry about the light in the ugly mug, guys. 2 to 3 days of traveling, though. I know what that's like. Oh, that's so cool, Joey, that you do that stuff up there. Wow, black bear trapping? Oh, that is cool. Man, that would be cool. Imagine having a black bear in a foothold. Oh. Sick, Chris. I have no followers on there, so that will be easy to see. Oh, man. We're all about the outdoors in all ways, so, you know, hunting, fishing, trapping in all its ways. We love. Thankfully, I rolled up my bottom, so the only thing soaking wet right now are my feet. 1 second. Man, Garrett and Joey, that would be so insanely cool. It'd be insanely cool to come up on a black bear in a foothold. I do not care what other people say or think. Imagine coming up on a black bear in a foothold. Oh my God. What the heck? That's a story. Imagine coming on up on a Boone and Crockett black bear in a foothold. Here God runneth over again. I mean, like I said, just imagine that. Joe or Garrett, I was laughing at myself when I left the spot with the beaver. Because a phrase that came to me was they call me the beaver killer. You better watch your girl. They call me the beaver killer, the beaver stealer. You son of a gun, man. You son of a gun. You probably went back down in there last night and pushed my trap over. That way I didn't catch it. 1, 2. I see how it is. I hope you know that's a joke. I'm fumbling around looking for my other boot, and then we'll get going looking for coyote and fox. Wow. Dude, Joey, have a good day, bro. Thank you so much, dude. Well, I'll try to stream as much as I can. Myself and Peace in the Pursuit, the other guy in here, one of my best buds. We're out pretty much every day right now running trap lines. And then, you know, hunting season will be here before you know it. It's always hunting season. Thanks, Joey. Thank you. Man, imagine a door snare. See, I don't even know what a door snare is. Chris, I don't know if you're talking to me or Joey. Course of action for what? So yeah, I'm trying to find my other boot real quick and then we'll get dressed. Bo, ba, bo, ba, 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 da, ba, da, ba, ba. Ooh. All right then. Wow, bear in a trap. See, that's what I'm saying. Well, in a sense, I have no idea how they would go about it. I have no idea what the laws are like. I would bait them and then I'd have footholds around the bait, basically. I'd come back to my bait with a bear in the dang foothold freaking out. Thanks, Luis. Same. I'll get onto it. I just found my stuff. I'm kind of letting my feet dry. They got my waders. I have holes in them. And the only places they have holes in them are the bottom of the feet. So my feet get soaking wet and freezing in the ice water. I'll quit being a baby. I'll get these socks on. We'll get these boots on and we'll go. We'll go. Nice. Turn your head now, baby, just spit me out. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen. So, Chris, there's a couple ways. They use snares, he's saying, and I don't know exactly what a door snare is, but one of the ways they'll snare them, or we will snare big game, is setting it up on trails that we think they'll travel, and that snare of wire will basically get them in the head and neck, and it'll noose down on their neck, and it'll basically cut off blood circulation / suffocate them. Sometimes they can have lacerations that cause them to die. Sometimes I watched some videos. My buddy and I were watching a video last night. A guy we follow that traps wolves. The wolf broke his snare. Okay, that makes sense, Garrett. So I wonder how it does it. Is it one where you say it just kind of basically holds them, but doesn't noose down all the way? Well, unfortunately, I guess we can't use the paw traps necessarily for bears like you could in the old time. Maybe you can, maybe you can't in some places, but if you can have a foothold on a bear, I think it would be super cool. I've got scrubs on, if you guys can't tell. It don't matter. We'll throw on full camo in a sense, as much as we can. Right, Chris? Right? Man. They get around the leg almost like a dog-proof trap works, but with the snare rather than that bar to hold the leg, more of a cable restraint on the leg. Interesting, interesting. You'd think that the cable would be even more damaging than those footholds that we have. So real quick, I'll show you guys the call. Have my buddy's Lucky Duck, is what it is. Speaker, and then a remote. And I'll go set this speaker out and it'll be doing the calling for me. We do call with mouth calls, and we harvest coyote and fox and etc. with mouth calls. It's definitely nice to have this. Chris, those old timers were insane. Insane tough and grit. Trapping everything. And good at it too. So, while you guys are here, let's see how I can set this guy. We're not going to take off quite yet, but just give me a brief moment. I'll have to turn the camera off again for a second while we travel so that we don't get in trouble for traveling with the camera on. But I'm going to a spot that's pretty dang close, so we're not going to be gone for that long. Let's see. I'll probably take both a smaller one, 2.2, and then I'll also take a 2.23. I think that's what I'll do. Chris, you know, it just depends. Usually all of their, I don't know why I said it just depends. What I meant by just depends, that meant their meat. Usually we're not eating the coyote, unfortunately. Though there's no waste in the countryside, and you guys can see that. There's no waste out there. So anyways, we will preserve their hides like we are with everything else. Practically every bit of their hide we'll preserve and tan it. And we'll do the same thing. We'll make clothing, blankets, stuff like that out of the hides. Everything that we don't eat, some of the certain predators, etc., you know, we spend so much time in and observing what's going on out here that we do realize now we don't want to take the life of anything for waste and or just to do it. But we do recognize that there is no waste. So something that expires out here, it's going to get eaten by the bugs at the very minimum. Bugs, the birds, other small game, other predators, etc. So the stuff that we don't eat, we usually will either use it as bait. Bait is kind of what it gets used as. The coyote fur is unreal. It's as nice as anything else that we're having. So, you know, all of the fur that we're going after during wintertime is we will keep and tan all of the fur. And it's amazing. So give me just one moment. Just one moment. Thanks, Luis. I'm heading that way right now, bro. My bad. Just give me 1 second. Sick. I can't have that camera on. Just give me one moment. What a good day so far. It's been beautiful. It's kind of whipping wind right now. Pretty windy. So what's everybody else up to today? Is anybody else getting to do anything fun? Yes, of course, Chris. And it depends on the animal. The vast majority of the animals, for instance, all of the big game that we harvest, the elk, deer, etc. And a lot of it, again, we don't like to do that with anyways. But there are laws, absolutely. And we agree with them. When people will harvest an elk, a deer, a pronghorn, you are by law required to take certain aspects of it. Absolutely, Garrett, exactly. Oh, no, exactly. Exactly. Well, I've seen people in other countries in certain areas with, and I can't even remember which type of eagles or falcons they actually are, but they intentionally leave part of the carcass from the hunts for those specific animals intentionally because of these things. It'll take me less than a few minutes once I take off from this spot to get up there. Just give me a moment. Have to be careful with what we show on live. And I'm sure other people have a way better understanding of the community standards than we do. But I can't show myself handling or holding what I'm going to be using out there. I'm trying to hurry, Luis. Bear with me, bro. Bear with me, man. I'm just having a safety meeting really quick with the guys. One of my friends, one of my Polish friends, she's like, what do you mean safety meeting? My husband says that all the time. I don't know what that means. It made me laugh so hard. And I explained it to her, and she came back. Her response, she was laughing. She was laughing as hard as I am now. And she's like, oh, that's why he comes back looking like an owl. It made me laugh pretty dang hard. It made... Don't say what it is. If they don't know, then they don't know. That's what it is. Whatever. you don't know, then you don't know. If you know, you know. It's funny because Yagoda, this Polish girl, she's been around the block, man. Jeez, come on. Thanks, Luis. She's been around the block. I was like, how do you not know what a safety meeting is? She was like, you're having a safety meeting at this time of night? What do you mean? She's like, Adam says that all the time, but it's during the daytime. It made me laugh. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. So I can't play music to you guys. I can't show any of the instruments that we're using, but I can show you the trapping, which is pretty insane. I just have to be careful with it all. I can't show us traveling, I don't think, in the vehicle so yeah, I just have to be a little careful with it all. One more, just really quick. We're lucky, super lucky to be able to live this life. Garrett's lucky I'm not a klepto beaver thief. There we go. That's a good word for it. I've only taken a dozen of his beavers. How did my joke earlier come out? Yeah, I was like, better watch your girls. They call me the beaver thief. Dang, Garrett, I thought we would for sure have some beavers in those castor mounds I set by now. For sure, we probably scared the whole population off. All right, guys, we're heading out. Safety meeting is about finished. Ooh. Love Shack, baby. I'll probably restart this song again. Absolutely, Chris. If it's the only thing you have, Chris, then it's what we would all do for the fact of predator control. I'll turn this on for 1 second before I leave. But a 270, Chris, Garrett can chime in on this. Okay, see, exactly. That's what I was going to say. I'm sure it's the bullet that matters. There's nothing like black coffee. I was about to dump it, but it's too good. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right, let's get out there and do it. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to try and plug this phone in really fast so it doesn't die on you guys. Here it is. I'm plugging it in right now. Sick. Okay, we're off. Take me just a few brief moments to get down this ridgeline. We're already blessed with being on private land. Turning off that camera so nothing happens. Well, disregard what I said, Chris. disregard what I said, Chris, because what I meant by that is, I guess, if you're using like a, and I could be completely wrong, you should just take Garrett's account for this. If I'm going to use like 160 plus grain bullet that I'm hunting elk with that 270, it's more than likely going to leave a fair hole, exit hole in that dog. But again, consult with Garrett and, you know, with Peace in the Pursuit, his understanding of the cartridges and of loading the bullets, all of the ballistics is far better than mine. Sorry, I'm getting us to this spot. Well, and as far as, you know, expiring the animal, it's obviously going to do the job. See, I think so too, Luis, but like, you know, Garrett would say, I'm sure you can use a projectile that moves slow enough, right? That's kind of what I was thinking, and is small enough that it's not gonna, but I don't know. That's the thing. Is I'm using, you know, the 223, and I don't even want to use that. I'd prefer to use my 2.2 solely with all of these animals, and preferably nothing, because it would be nice to do it in such a fashion that there is, you know, no damage in any way. Just so you guys know, I'm driving down this ridgeline now. I'll pull up to a gate in just a moment. I'll drop it down, and then I'll pull out a little farther, and then I'll flip the camera back on as soon as I park. Oh, interesting, Chris. That makes sense. You could potentially in the neck, but that makes sense. And ideally, even with the smaller caliber, depending on my angling, I would obviously utilize a heart or a double lung focus. I have to bounce around with the words I use. It's asinine. I'll probably get censored for saying asinine. My gosh. I can't slander in any way, shape, or form. See, I don't speak the Queen's language. I speak the King's language. Ha! I'm just messing. Yeah, he gets $100 bounty, evidently. I don't know what the aspects of the bounty consist of, or what the requirements, of the dog are. I'm almost to this gate. We're driving through some good stuff right now, but I'm going to a specific spot just to see. You never know. You never know. We're almost there, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry that the camera is not on. I saw the sun, and it opened up my mind. I saw the sign. Wow. Oh, whoa. Good thing I saw it. Sucker. Come on, you bottom feeding fish. Just look, guys, to be able to see a little bit of the countryside. I'm in my skivvies, I know. that spot, so I do have to put the gate up. It's nice to drive through and know that, but those suckers will definitely hit the corner and move out. I've seen it happen too many times. They're just too curious. So I know I'm in my sweats. I know I'm in my skivvies. I like to be mobile. Every one of his gates, I just need to go through and refix if I want to, because I hate when they're too tight. Because they need to be tight, but they don't need to be too tight. Come on. Come on. Uh-oh. There we go. We're almost there. Now that we pulled through that gate, there's no more gate to pass through. I'm just gonna try and creep through this area a little bit, get to this spot, park, and we're going after them. Will it happen? Who freaking knows? Now this country, every time we go anywhere, I have high hopes. At least initially in the beginning, I go into it with high hopes. I try to anyways. Try to be optimistic, try to just, it's gonna happen. No matter what, it's actually gonna happen. Just believe it'll happen. Place yourself in a position where maybe it can happen, I guess. And then see what happens. And then see what happens, because you just really never know. All right, we parked. Vehicles off. There's no way that that can be illegal now. Come on. We're off. So what's BA about these new headphones I got? These new ear protection, this Swiss Tech. I've never had an electric pair of earmuffs that have that RAF sound amplifying and connect to my phone Bluetooth so that I can literally listen to things and have an amplified hearing of my surroundings with ear protection. It's wild to me. It's like we're living in a frickin', it's just crazy. It's wild. So I'm throwing these suckers on. Wow, what a fool. That's insane. That RAF has been on for 2 days and it's still running. The battery is still on. What is going on? Okay. Let's go get a coyote. Why do you disappear every single time I absolutely need you? Every little... Brought a different magazine today. Huh, Guns all matching now. Purple on purple, mama. Sweet. Sweet. I don't even know why I'm thinking about doing this now, but since you guys are with me, I might as well. I'm going to take this little fanny pack I have that I've never used, that I use as a teeny little traveling bag. I'll throw you in here. Dude, Chris, they're so sick, bro. To me, like, I've never had something like this. They're freaking awesome. It's like the nicest piece of electronics I've had ever. Let's do this carefully. How do we do this carefully without anybody seeing us? Okay, we're off. I'm gonna water the plants real quick. God damn it, I fucking see a coyote. He has no clue we're here. I didn't mean to curse. Sorry for slandering. There is a big dog out here, watch. Right up by the house. See it? Watch it. You guys will see it move if I can stop shaking. It's not the dot on the bottom, it's one in the middle on the top. Right in the middle, you'll see it moving. It's just hunting. You guys see it? It's right in the middle. Right in the middle of the screen. Hopped over irrigation ditch, right through it now. Coming back up the other side. Do you guys see it? Hard to see now. I zoomed all the way in, so you may not be able to see it, but oh, there I could view. So, change of plans. Coyote's getting called in. Now, will he come in? Because in my mind, he saw the viewing. I think the thing saw us, but I don't know. So, sorry for the harsh language. Fragile. Come on, man. God. What did they say? Stop yapping. Go get him. All right. I won't even take it. I guess we don't take the smaller one. The thing is that thing gonna come all the way back upwind without smelling me? Who knows? And where I'm parked, I don't know. Interesting situation. All right. If you guys give me a moment, we're gonna drop down here, and I'm going to turn off the camera till we get down here. That way I don't put anything in view that shouldn't be in view. So just give me a sec. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. We have no clue that it's going to happen. I would almost take the question of doubt and say it's not, but we don't know for a fact. Sick. Okay. You guys ready? Can you hear me now or not? Okay. Just so you guys know, I'm gonna probably sneak to right there in that little rivet. I don't know, I kind of want to stay here, but there's this berm right here to my right, so I'm not going to see anything that comes from the right until it's 5 yards away. So I may need to creep down a little bit, just so you know. Just so you know. Starting the calling in 10 seconds. I'm not so sure. Man, that sound, it doesn't seem like it's as loud as it could be. I'm not sure. But we are going to... Oh yeah, exactly. I love that Lucky Pecker. I wonder... Sorry, I'm just kind of watching. Because I saw a rancher driving on the main road. So I was wondering if potentially that dog was going to come back in this direction. But that dog could have heard us and seen the vehicle. So I just wanted to see. We had 6 minutes. I'll grab it and then we'll head over here up the drainage a little ways. It makes me wonder if I should start the live over. It's always suspect when you call in a raven. Hey, pretty. What was a coyote? I'll be right back, okay? Oh yeah, it was for a fact a coyote. For a fact, 100%. 100%. I mean, I guess it could have been a small wolf, but it wasn't. It was a coyote. I saw it clearly. That's why I freaked out like a dummy. Let's get over here. We'll head over here. Eventually that dog will come this direction. When that will be, though, who knows? Let's see. Okay. I sure do want to bring both, but I'm going to leave one of them behind. Practicality purposes for being able to just move and hold the camera. Now I'm going to shut up and we'll creep over here. Could be better for us to just drop down. Then I can hide. I can hide in these rows. I brought the larger one so I can shoot farther. It's hard for you guys to see, but this row of cattails in front of me conceals me completely from everything up there. Love you, bro. The wind will definitely die down right before sunset. I wish it was dead silent. If you guys can see, I came up on this ravine. I'm thinking about getting over here and basically getting into that shadowy spot right there. If not, staying basically where I am. But I'm hoping to call stuff from that direction, basically. Out there. I've done it so many times. I'm trying to call something out of that ravine. It's the wind.